Iron Rebellion is a VR mech combat simulator developed by Black Beach Studio. This game offers players a chance to climb into the cockpit of giant war machines and battle it out across various landscapes, all with an impressive level of realism and attention to detail. At its core, Iron Rebellion is about piloting, not just controlling a mech with a couple of buttons, but fully interacting with the cockpit like you would in a real machine. You physically operate control sticks, manage movement systems and fire weapons manually. The result is an incredibly immersive, you're really there feeling that few other VR games can match. But unfortunately, in a multiplayer match it can feel a little like button and lever simulator. The game's movement system is smart and satisfying. Moving the mechs feels weighty and grounded, especially if you sit in an office chair. Combat is strategic. You need to think about positioning, weapon management, and using cover. And while the current gameplay modes lean heavily towards PvP, Black Beach Studio continues to build on the game's foundation, hinting at broader modes and more mechs in future updates. Iron Rebellion features a small selection of mechs, but what it lacks in numbers it makes up for in detail. Each mech is fully customizable, with unique control layouts and weapon loadouts to unlock over time. The cockpit interiors are highly detailed, with moving parts, displays, and panels that react to player input. But this is where the detail mostly ends. Exterior maps are reminiscent of much older games and don't help to set the tone of the game at all. While the core experience in the cockpit is excellent, some players might find the number of maps, mechs, and game modes really limited, for now at least. The controls, while intuitive after a while, can be overwhelming for new players unfamiliar with VR sims, especially in a fight. And while there's a good tutorial, the game is very multiplayer focused, pitting players against each other immediately without much practice. The game is really begging for some single player campaign, or even an attack the base style mode for multiplayer lobbies, making players fight against turrets together rather than just against each other all the time. My time in multiplayer was frustrating to say the least, as there wasn't really anything to use against other players who were very high level. Devs really need to have some pre-built loadouts for newbies to try, I feel, as fights felt very one-sided and unfair. Iron Rebellion isn't just a mech combat game, it's really the ultimate mech pilot fantasy crafted for VR enthusiasts who dream of operating a towering war machine. It really nails the feeling of being inside a heavy, powerful mech like no other game in the VR space. It's well worth trying for this alone, but there is an incredibly high learning curve for beginners in lobbies, and there are next to no solo play options to help you gain experience before fighting real players. Overall, it's an intriguing start for this game just out of early access, and I look forward to seeing what else is introduced. Will you be piloting a mech, or staying grounded and just pushing buttons? Let me know in the comments.